Hello, hello. What's up? This is Christopher Walker again. Just want to check in and see what everyone is doing tonight. If anyone had any questions, the topic for tonight is how are you getting more business in 2024? So I know that there are a lot of people that are big proponents of just social media, whether they're doing content creation, others with SEO, others with paid ads. So, what are you doing to actually get more leads, more clients, more people into your funnel in 2024? One of the things I know that I'm going to be doing is more video, more content creation, more social. I think I lacked a lot of that for the last few years, and I see the power in actually doing that. And although with a lot of times with these social media companies, they change their algorithms all the time, but I think it's one of those things where it allows us to be able to still get social with a larger audience and also just continuing with my blogging. So, as far as like search traffic and getting people to the blog, and also YouTube. I finally got over 100 subscribers last year. It sat at like I want to say like 30 for years. I just really didn't pay attention to it and didn't do anything with it. So I decided to do some videos. Um, Helped a lot of people. Some videos got thousands of views, some got hundreds, some got five. But I kept putting videos out there. Finally got over the 100 video mark. Feel a lot more comfortable doing videos now. So putting out more content on YouTube is another key strategy that I plan to do for my business to be able to get in front of more people looking to get more from their business, whether that be with digital marketing, AI. I have a couple of projects that I'm working on now that I'm building for utilizing AI, and I'm really excited about it. I'll give you more details as the project unfolds more. But right now, secured a couple of domains and just working on just some of the framework of those um, new projects. And I'm really excited. I'm being able to leverage the AI. Of course, when you're leveraging someone else's platform, you never know how things may change, especially with AI and how they, hopefully there's no crazy regulation or something like that that will hamper what I'm trying to do. But for the most part, I think that there's going to be a lot to be able to leverage when it comes to the different platforms that I will be able to go in through the API. So focus will be, of course, OpenAI, but there's Gemini with Google. There is Facebook's large language model, and there are other ones that are coming. And I'm really excited to see some of the local um, AI capabilities that are coming out with a lot of the computers now. They are being built with AI hardware, CPUs, to be able to help leverage that growth. And I think that's going to allow a lot more companies to be able to do work with AI, build these large models with their own data and keep everything private instead of sending things over to like a chat GPT. Although they say that things remain on their server for, I think it's like 30 days. At most. But we know how that is as far as like from a data security standpoint. You have HIPAA, you have FERPA, you have other types of um, laws out there that restrictions that you don't want your data in other people's hands. But if you're able to do it locally, that will make it a lot more secure. So you can be able to leverage the power of AI, but not have to worry about the security part. And that's another thing too with AI, you have more opportunities with finding either work or business insecurity. So be on the lookout for more of that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a kind of a light night tonight. Don't see anyone on as of yet, and that's fine. I can talk and talk and talk. But yeah, so if you haven't been utilizing like a chat GPT, creating content, it makes it a lot easier because all you gotta do is just say what your industry is and tell it what you want to do. So if you want to write a social media post, whether Instagram, X or YouTube script, the AI will generate it for you. You go through and review it. You may want to make some tweaks or edits to it, and then there's your post. Image generation, although I don't particularly care for Dolly with ChatGPT, it does okay, but I think there are other platforms like Midjourney and some of the other ones that can probably facilitate those images for you. You have Pexels out there where you can actually go and then use Canva to be able to um, generate an image for your post, or you can just use yourself. Grab your phone. I'm using my phone right now. Last night I tried to actually leverage my DSLR. It was all over the place. I just said, hey, I'm just gonna set up the phone, get some content out there, and not worry about it. I am using my microphone though, of course, so to be able to get a better sound. But yeah, it's easier to be able to create content, but it's just about having a plan and the intent on making the content. I think is the most important thing. So I think we all have to make some kind of plan and then leverage the technology to be able to do that content creation for us. And again, blog posts, you can get it to generate blog posts for you. You can tell it how many words you want to be able to do, bullet style, just all kinds of stuff that you want to do on a particular topic. It can generate different topics for you. So if you don't have at least a free account, which will allow you to be able to get your feet wet on their older model, data model, and it's still effective. It's free, but there are some limitations with it. Or you can actually just go ahead and pay 20, or I think it's $25 per month to be able to get on their latest and greatest data model. And I think I would encourage you to do that if you have the ability to. And at least that way, you know that you're getting the best answer possible or allowed with their data models. So it's one of those things when you're dealing with data and systems. If you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. So if you want the best out, you need to put the best in, and the system you're using makes a huge difference with that as well. Just looking over just the web and just seeing how things are just coming at us fast. As I talk to friends, talk to people just on the street, and they may ask a question about just AI because they know I'm dealing with AI and things of that nature. As I'm telling them, this is going to come hard and fast. I don't think I've ever seen anything that has exploded as quickly as this, and I can just see in the next 2 years is going to be really, if you're not running with it now, you're going to get left behind probably within 2 years, and it's going to be hard to get up there with everyone else that have jumped on board. I don't think it'll be this whole thing like the NFT stuff and how that kind of worked out. But with this right here, it just makes things so much easier to be able to get things done. I think we're going to see a lot of explosion in cures for diseases, cures for just all kind of just issues. Although there are a lot of good with it, there can be some bad with it as well. But what we're talking about as entrepreneurs are people that are thinking about being entrepreneurs or solopreneurs or whatever, or even just in the workplace. Um, it's going to make your jobs a lot easier. And of course, there will be some jobs that will be lost, unfortunately. I think we're seeing some of that right now. There are a lot of layoffs. I know a lot of it is due to overhiring during the pandemic. And since we're pretty much out of that whole pandemic stuff or whatever, a lot of the companies, they're not making the revenues that they were when they actually got the people in, and they're trying to get more people back into the office. And now they're laying a lot of people off, and we're still seeing more layoffs coming now. But and there was a I can't remember his name. It was a consultant that came on one of these news shows, and he was just talking about we're seeing some of that fallout from AI now. Is just not being highly reported, which makes sense. Where some of the tasks that at one time would only be done by a human, companies are finding that, hey, I may not need 5 people doing this, maybe I just need 2 and or 3, and let's utilize some of the AI tools and some of the AI technology out there, and then these people can actually work with the AI to be able to assist and everything like that. And yeah, it does sound scary. It just it's just one of those things where, as time goes on, we get more efficient with things, and there are a lot of things that existed 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 50, 60 years ago that don't exist now. And I think it's one of those things we have to roll with the punches, make sure that we're not falling behind. I see a lot of people started kind of getting their feet wet a little bit, and I encourage that, but I want to make sure that we don't lose sight of what we're witnessing here, not just creating crazy images and other stuff or whatever. There's a lot of power, and there's a lot that companies are going to be looking for within a person. Do they know how to prompt an AI? Do they know how to handle data that may come out of an AI? Do they know how to handle data that comes out of the AI and then go back into the AI to be able to get better data? So if people aren't actually on board with that, it's going to be hard for them to be able to get some of those jobs. So I would encourage, if you're not looking into it now, if you're not at least have an account with ChatGPT or even with Gemini with Google, to sign up. It's free. Play around with it. Look at a couple articles. Nothing you have to be, worrying about pressing right now. But I think it's important that we actually take a look at it and understand how it can actually help us in the workplace, how it can help us in our business. If you have any questions, especially for businesses, don't hesitate to reach out to me, direct message or whatever. I can be able to show you some of the things that I've built so far. And also, there are other tools that are out there that you can leverage to be able to, put into your business, whether that's from cold email, from email marketing, um, Facebook ads. I mean, just a whole lot so far. There have been so many tools built. I mean, I've seen hundreds of tools so far, and there are more that are being built now. And for the most, if you look at some of the tools, a lot of them are using it as a wrapper around more than likely Chat GPT, and they're putting their own flavor on it. And that's where I see a lot of the growth is going to happen. Is you're going to get a developer or developers to be able to leverage the API, and then you're going to build your application leveraging the API, and then you're going to build functions off of um, just the API data that you want to get, and then send it over to the API. So you're going to see a lot of things like that. That's what I'm working on now. So building a platform, utilizing the APIs to be able to feed into the actual AI, get the data, and then process that data, and then with the functions, create something that is useful for the end user. So you're going to see a lot of just integrations out the onesie, Zapier, whatever you need to integrate into, you're going to see it integrate and then pull some into these large language model APIs, and you're going to get something special from it. Whether it be something that's really tailored to a certain industry, or maybe just doing something, and it's pretty much the same thing, and just making it easier for someone to be able to utilize like a Chat GPT. So I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. I think it's again something that we need to make sure that we keep our eyes on. As I look, some of the articles, I try to keep abreast of some of the stuff, and generative AI is the big thing that we're just talking about now when dealing with AI, and it's really exciting. One thing, I'm not sure how much AI is built into it, but they just implemented the first um, neural link into to someone's brain. So that's, it's going to be interesting to see if maybe that can help someone to see again. I mean, that maybe help someone with brain damage and to be able to recall, things that they couldn't recall before. So we have a lot to be excited about, a lot to be cautious about, but I think all of that stuff is going to come out. And I think at the end of the day, human beings are going to do the best things for human beings. So don't worry. Make sure that you stay tuned for more content. Make sure that you're following me. If you're not already, I would love to follow, whether that's on Instagram or YouTube. You can find me on YouTube, same handle, Christopher Morel Walker. You can find me on X, and that's under CM Walker 25. And I think that's pretty much my platforms I'm using right now. But again, if you need any questions, you need help with any kind of digital marketing or getting traffic to your website or implementing AI into your business, don't hesitate to give me a call or a message. All right. Talk to you soon. Take care.